Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. And Pisces, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of March 9th to the 15th. This week we have a very direct message from the universe with the Yes Oracle card. We have the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, the beautiful Sun energy, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So guys, we've got 3 fives in this reading. You know, when there are repeated numbers in the reading, it really is amplifying the message of that number. And 5 is a number of conflict and change, so it's really saying that change is needed here. You have 2 very direct yes cards, the Sun and the Yes Oracle card. So if you have been wondering whether to make a change or to move on from a situation or to walk away or retreat, there is a very definite yes message here, and you are moving towards, much brighter times, much more harmonious times, because the Six of Cups really is a card of harmony, and it's a card of, giving and receiving, fulfillment, emotional happiness, even love and joy, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to start here in the recent past. Oh, just with the Oracle card, guys, there's really nothing to read out for this one. It's really a whole big page in the book of just yes, 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 yes. Just say yes. So it is direct and to the point, and it is what it is. So we'll start here in the recent past with the Four of Cups and the Five of Wands. So one thing I'm noticing in this reading is that we have an escalation as well. An escalation of conflict, be it internal conflict or external conflict. Now the Five of Wands is a card of a more petty type of conflict. It can be, in a relationship sense, that kind of one-upmanship, having to have the last say, the tit for tat, the kind of niggling or picking at each other. In friendship groups, it can be gossip, talking behind each other's backs, not maliciously, but maybe just to sort of, even for your own entertainment, or just to kind of belittle people. In the workplace, it can be that corporate politics, so that you feel that little bit of extra power, or, feeling a little bit more in control in the role. So this is what I'm seeing in the recent past. And, I really feel that, with that going on for a while, because, we do see a theme of this conflict here, I think you've started to retreat your energy from the situation and, started to kind of pull away. The Four of Cups can be a card of closing off your energy. Here we have somebody trying to come back in with an emotional offer. It could be an apology from the situation here. I really feel that you might be in a cycle of, there's a bit of a bicker or a, small argument. Then there's somebody coming in with an apology. Maybe you make up and you go around in that cycle of, back to the conflict. And maybe you've been cycling around in that for quite a while, which is why you've gotten to a point where you're a bit fed up and you've really closed your energy off and you're not accepting that anymore. You really want something different. You want the joy, love, harmony. You want bliss and you want peace. Here we have the little nod to new beginnings and new manifestation with those 3 cups in the foreground, because 3 in the tarot is a number of, creation. I really think you're ready to step away from the situation and create something new. And I actually feel that you've outgrown whatever the situation is, and it's put you off balance and maybe affected your stability in some way. In these current energies here with the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups, I really feel that there's potentially, or this week, or may have already happened because timing's fluid, a sense of escalation. Here we go from a situation where we're potentially using our power in the wrong way, because wands are power, abusing the personal power, to really getting the knives out, and where things get a bit more personal. So there could be an escalation of where things start to get a little nastier. It's kind of escalating in a sense with that Five of Swords energy. Now, because of all these 5s in the reading, 5 is the number of conflict, and it's also the number of change. So what it really tells me is that change is the antidote to this conflict, guys. Something has to shift and something has to move. Otherwise, we're just staying in this perpetual cycle of conflict. And when we do that, it can lead to Five of Cups energy. In the Five of Cups, we see somebody who is very regretful of the past, somebody who is maybe grieving for what went down in a situation, maybe regretting what happened in a situation, regretting not making the change and the shift sooner. somebody who is stuck in a cycle of negativity. I mean, this could have taken a real toll on your self-esteem, especially if things did escalate and get personal. It's somebody who is really looking at the losses and focusing on them. So much so that they're not seeing, these two good cups here, there's two cups of opportunity. There could be the two cups here that we see. You're not in a position to receive happiness or receive offers of love and emotional fulfillment because you're too focused on the situation and what could have been and what should have gone down and how you should have handled it. I see somebody really reflecting and being stuck in that cycle. And this person, wears this black cloak as a symbol of the almost depression or negativity that this person has stuck in. And, when we're kind of stuck in negativity, we sort of get looped up in that self-perpetuating cycle of attracting more of that into our lives. So really it's time to be the person that puts their sword down, retreats your energy from the situation. Here we see you being apathetic and closing down to it. Here this week we see you actually walking away before we get really energetically attached to it and stuck to that situation. It's time to make that journey over the bridge, over those emotional troubled waters, back to the internal sanctuary, back to your own heart, back to your own safety, and back to your own sense of wisdom. And I think if you can do that, Pisces, the future looks extremely bright. We've got the sun and we've got the Six of Cups. So there's much better things waiting for you on the other side of this bridge. The sun, guys, is the most positive card in the tarot deck. It is really, that indication of the future looks bright. It is, the sun really coming out, washing away the darkness. If you think about light and sunlight in particular, it's healing, it's cleansing. It can, cleanse bacteria, all of that sort of thing. So it really is a great healing card as well. And I know that baby looks, all innocent and everything on that horse. However, this baby has been through the darker times, has pushed through this wall, these barriers, to be reborn. The sun is a card of rebirth after a time where you might have felt very stuck, very stagnant, very much in that sense of darkness or negativity. And the promise is by shifting that energy, using that change or transition to transmute the conflict, you really shift your energy and get it into a position where you can now receive and give, either love or emotional fulfillment or just feel joy again. The Six of Cards is about, receiving positive offers and, friendships. It can be someone coming back from the past. It can be offers of love, depending on, which realm the situation relates to for you. Love, work, business, friendships. It's a general reading, guys, so you'll know what it is for you. But we see somebody in a position now where they can receive emotionally fulfilling offers and ones that have the ability to bloom and expand and go the distance. So it's really, that's a very beautiful ending to the reading. Once again, we have those two indicators of yes. So if you have a question on your mind, if you are trying to make a key decision around the situation, it is a strong yes from the universe. And, that sun card, it's the Phoenix Rising. It is the rebirth card. So you have the opportunity for a really fresh new start and a bright, positive future if you can just free yourself from this conflict energy, Pisces. So I'm going to leave it there. It's a sort of a short and sweet reading. It's really, change is the antidote to conflict. So that change that you need to make could be different for all of you. Some of you might need to either, leave a relationship, or some of you might need to have a really honest conversation and make a fundamental shift in it. Some of you might need to leave a workplace or change teams or, bring something to the attention of your manager or boss, or, have a conversation with a friend. Some of you might need to leave a toxic friendship. Once again, it's different for everyone, guys, but that's the kind of change we're talking about to get to this energy here that's just waiting for you on the other side of that hard time. So Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for everyone, but I always think there's, it's a piece in every reading for everyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be your whole story. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to know how it's shaping up in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.